Hey y'all, I'm Cindy. Welcome to Cindy Hart's Crochet Podcast, where we talk about crochet and crochet accessories. Today is Tuesday, April the 4th, 2023. It's about 7 p.m. here in Pinson Valley, Alabama, and it has been a steamy day, although it hasn't been too hot. Other than it got steamy towards the end of the day. Now it's looking like it may rain a little bit. But we've had, as all the country has had, quite a few storms and thunderstorms and tornadoes and just all sorts of things going on here. High winds and everything in the past few weeks. But it's just that time of the year, I suppose. And so, welcome to my new subscribers. I do have quite a few new ones. And welcome back to my returning subscribers. Thank you for hanging in here with me. I know it's been a little while since since I've had a video out. Other than my shorts videos, it seems that the puppies are getting way more views than I am, so that's what I've been posting. I seem to have 15 and 30 seconds at a time, but I don't have 30 minutes these days to sit down and actually get myself together. But also, after the first year, I kind of lost my Crochet a little bit. I'm not sure what... I've been concentrating more on keeping Mama healthy and going to her therapies and doctors and things like that. So I haven't really picked up any large projects to try to do, but I've done quite a few small ones, but nothing compared to what I usually put out. So please be patient with me and praying that my Crochet comes back soon. There's plenty of videos out there. There's plenty of beautiful patterns I want to do. And I would love to have gotten some ready for Easter or spring. It's not too late for spring. Easter is this Sunday, and I hope everybody is going to get to go to church with their family and have meals with their family and all that good stuff. I've got to work, so maybe they'll serve us some good food at work. I'm just not sure yet. I hate working Sundays because I just don't get to go to church like I want to. And I know Mama enjoys going to church too, but we just don't get to do that much. But that doesn't keep me from getting my Jesus on, so there you go. I still keep my Jesus going. So anyway, I guess I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody has weathered the storms. And I do have a couple of things I want to talk to you about that and some type of disaster relief sort of things towards the end of the video, but I want to go ahead and get my get the crochet part done, so that if you're not interested in the other life updates. What is that flying around? That's another thing. This crazy weather has a bunch of these. I don't know if it's the weather, but there's these little bitty flies, and I've seen them everywhere. I've seen them at work. I've seen them here. I've seen them at other places and out in the yard, and they're just like little swarms of little bitty flies. They're not like even whole flies, like baby ones. Chugging my good old water because it is kind of hot, and I'm trying to get Mama to stay hydrated as well. Being diabetic and a heart patient, that's very important to her, which a lot of the dehydration that she has had since the first of the year has caused a few health issues with her. And if you've on my Facebook page, my personal page, then you know that we've had several trips to the emergency room, just different things, but everything is getting back to on level ground again. So, and she's going to therapy a couple of times a week, so we're going to get her back to shooking and jiving like she wants to. And she's lost her knit Joe too, so her yarn Joe. Not, what do you call knitting when you lose your knitting Joe? Not Crow Joe. But anyway, I think she's doing some just plain old stuff, just sit down and mindless things. But we'll see. We're trying to get some things together, and like I say, I'll go over that in a minute. I'm sorry, I'm just jumping around as usual. This is episode 39 of Cindy Hart's Crochet Podcast. Welcome. Today I have a few things to go over with you. Just go ahead and get my eyeballs on, and we'll start from the top of my pile. I had started this, I believe, the last video I showed, or the last video I made, and this is called Wrap Me in Sunshine Blanket by Nana's Crafty Home. And I finished it, and I don't really block mine. I love the texture in this thing because it's got all those front posts and the little puff stitches. I thought, reading the pattern to begin with, that all these puff stitches were going to drive me crazy, but they weren't too bad. I mean, this was a quick make. I made this one pretty quick, and I love the way it turned out. It's just really pretty. Now, she has tassels on the corners of hers, and I may yet put tassels on mine, but it just depends on whether it goes to for a baby or an adult. It depends on who wants it. I think the tassels would be pretty on the corners of it, but I do love those puff stitches and the front post, and it's really just a few row repeat. I think I used a bigger hook than I should have, but I still think it's pretty. What do y'all think? How do you like that one? I think it ended up being, I measured it at some point, and I need to get pictures made of it and post it on my pages. But I used Lion Brand Cupcake yarn in the colorway Flower Patch. And I only used two, and maybe that's going to be over half. Maybe 2/3, 2 2/3 of the cupcake yarn. Each one is 590 yards, and it's a number 3 light. Suggest using an H hook, but I think I used an I, or maybe even a J. Uh-oh. Where did my focus go? Hello? That's where it went. Okay, we'll get it back, right? We'll pull it back to us here in a minute. So anyway, I think that's pretty. And like I say, I used 2 and then all but that much of a third one. Okay. I think I learned that I can pause this and do something. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Yes, I think I can pause it and cuss it. Use bad words towards it and it will work. Just kidding, that's just refocus. Okay, so then that was my Wrap Me in Sunshine blanket by Nana's Crafty Home. Of course, as usual, I will list everything down below that I talk about in here. And then my next project that I worked on. Now, this is one that I worked on that I grabbed during one of the hospital visits or the emergency room visits or something. And this one is called, well, it's called a knot bag. I mean, of course, it's the Japanese knot bag that you put the handle through like that. I made it a little longer, and there was plenty of yarn left. I think I only used two skeins of the, or maybe just one and this much of a second one of the Hello Gorgeous in Sedona Red Heart Hello Gorgeous. This came in a Mary Maxim kit while I was still getting them, and it must have been, I think somebody said this was July of 22, and it was, the patterns were called A Pair of Bags, and it had this one for a knot bag. You can see that there. And then the other, excuse me, the other one right there was just done in a long rectangle, seamed up the sides, and then a drawstring put in it. But I did the knot bag. And there was more yarn in there. There was 2 more sets of yarn in there. So this pattern apparently is a Mary Maxim pattern. The Mary Maxim patterns, because it doesn't have anyone else's name on there. But I didn't find it on the website. So there's the patterns, if you need to get the numbers off of it or anything. And like I said, it sent 2 of this color, Sedona, and then there was 2 skeins of another color that's kind of a blue. So I think I may make that second bag But like I say, I just kind of grabbed this on my way out because we were headed to the emergency room. I didn't have... This other bag has like a long strap. I guess you could do that as a wrist strap or something. And my plan, if nobody else wants it, is to use it as a project bag. Because, of course, you can put it on your arm. And let's see, I used the actual... The pattern called for a... Actually, it said a... Yeah, I used a size 7, 4.5 millimeter on that one. So, yeah, and had this much, had almost a whole skein left of this Hello Gorgeous. And I bought some of this a while back when it first came out, but I just haven't found anything to make with it. So each one is 252 yards, 5 ounces. Number 4, medium, number 4. Recommends a number, an I9, 5.5 millimeter. But this pattern called for a 4.5, so that's just what I grabbed since, like I say, I was headed out to one of our emergency room visits. So then you put the thing through there, and I think it's a good project bag because you can hold it on your arm, and your yarn come out this way if you're just doing something. Because I have a thing about, I don't like setting my bags on the floor, especially in doctor's offices and hospital rooms. So, or emergency rooms, and a lot of times I don't have an extra space to lay my bag, so it's good to have a bag that you can keep on your arm. And like I said, I never know what's on the floors of those hospital rooms. So there's that one. And then what else did I have? That was the knot bag. And then another bag that I did, and I saw this, I don't remember if I saw it on a website or, I don't remember where I saw this. I think I was just scrolling through one of those pattern collaboration things that, like the winter hop or the Christmas hop or the spring hop, stuff like that. And I saw this pattern, and I just fell in love with it. Now, I haven't been buying yarn lately, but, of course, we had to go visit we had to go see what Hobby Lobby had during their clearance. Now, I was kind of disappointed this year because there wasn't that much. Disappointed in one way and not disappointed in another because I really didn't need to be there looking at yarn anyway. But we did get some good deals, and I bought all cotton. The 2 Hobby Lobbies that we went to, or Mama needed a certain color for something, so we went to one for that. But then I realized they were doing the clearance thing, so we went to the other one over near her doctor's, mainly just to kill time. No, I didn't spend much money, but I did take advantage of a lot of this cotton. Now this is Sugar Wheel Cotton Cappuccino Foam, and then the bottom is called Overcast, and it is the Sugar Wheel Cotton. And I do believe each one is 335 yards, 5 ounces, 100% cotton. A recommended 4 millimeter knitting needle, 4 millimeter knitting needles, 4.5 crochet hook, and number 3 light. It is a number 3 light. So I used 1 cake each. These the Sugar Wheel cottons were on clearance for $1.74. So I got 2 of each one, but there was only about 3 different ones. There wasn't a lot. There really wasn't a lot on hitting the clearance in either store this time. There was only 1 acrylic number 4 worsted, and just, I love this yarn. The rest of it was cotton and what else? Like the scrubby stuff, which I didn't get any of that. The cotton wheel, the big cotton cones were on sale for like $3.99. So I had to get a bunch, not a bunch, but I got a couple of those. I'll show you that later. Anyway, so this is cappuccino foam. The sides are cappuccino foam. And then the bottom is called Overcast. If you'll see, each panel, it's made out of 3 panels. Each panel is just a big granny square. I didn't measure it or get gauge or check my gauge or anything. And then the handle is just braided. And I had an incident with my knotting of the thing, because that knot is not supposed to come through the hole, but it does. But that's okay, I guess. It's not ugly. I ain't mad at it, because I did it. Anyway, I love this bag. I thought it was going to be lower. I thought it was going to be split lower, and I really didn't think it was going to be a good bag. Now, I don't know. I may line this and carry it as a purse, but the sides, I did do a little color control. Now, the bottom didn't really have any extra texture or anything. It's just straight double crochets. So, I didn't really use that much. This is all I used of this is called Overcast, Sugar Wheel Cotton Solids. Now, the solids were only $1.49, but the other ones were $1.74. And I got more solids than anything, just because then I can either put 2 together, hold 2 together, or do more things like this, do the bags and everything, because then they're light and they're not too heavy to carry. So I used 2 cakes of the cappuccino foam, but only because I did color control a little bit. I tried to make the squares match, although you see it doesn't bother me to go into the next row with the color. Now, that seemed to be common. They seem to be caked up exactly the same. So out of each cake, I had like this much of the gold. I had 1 each of the gold, and 1 each of the black, about that much of each of the black, and that much each of the silver, like not the Overcast, but the silver or the gray that kind of goes around here. And then I really wanted to do the edge and a little bit different, because I didn't get into this tan too much on the pattern, so I used it to join them and in the handle. So this is just a simple braid. I took like 1 each of the loose balls and made them about 5 feet long each. I stretched them out to my wingspan as far as I could stretch it, times 6. So that was about 48 strands, and then I separated it in 16 each. Then I braided it, and then you pull it through. You do not 1 knot inside, and then you take 1 to the outside. And that's where I messed up to begin with, because the whole time you're making it and putting it together, you're doing it right sides facing. So then I just got a little mixed up. But like I said, if that becomes a problem, I'll just take it loose and make a bigger knot. But anyway, I love this bag. I really love it. Like I say, I don't know if I'm going to line it and carry it as a purse, because it is a little, let me stand up, because, you know, it's not really too long, but it is almost too long for me. That didn't help at all, because you didn't see that at all. But anyway, I love this purse, this bag. And that is called the Harmony Bag by Bernadine Graham. But I think the website is called Me and My Hook. I will link that below. And I need to start linking the Ravelry pages also. That was a free pattern. The Wrap Me in Sunshine blanket was also free. But yeah, I love this. And this is the kind of things I want to make out of all that sugar wheel cotton. The ones like this, the cakes. I got several colors of the solid just so I could mix and match it like I want to. Now the ones that, you know, they put more of the darker colors on sale. They didn't have any of the pretty new colors. I think they had like nutmeg spice. They had the solid that matched it, nutmeg, but then they didn't have the cotton wheel that matched it on sale. So that made it hard to decide on those sort of things. Okay, so then, and there's plenty of that to make something else. Now, after I made it, that was a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be with that, but I still think it looks okay. So there you go. And if anybody's interested in any of this stuff, I'll be more than glad to sell it. So next up are about the only things I did specifically for Easter was Z's Lovey. All the Z's Loveys everywhere. So this one's an Easter bunny, bok. And I always got my tie beanies or just any that I find anywhere. And this is a purple bunny. What's his name? Floppity. And so that's a beanie baby. And then this color, I'm going to mess up by coming in close. But anyway, this color is called Wild Carnation. And it is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. I had it right here. Nope. Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. And it may be a print or something. It's called Wild Carnation. And then this is just some stray pink I had, a pink ball somewhere. And this is Hobby Lobby Soft Secret, Yarn Bee Soft Secret in lime. I thought it all matched perfectly. And this is the kind of stuff I do want it to focus on, but then it won't. There we go. I just love those colors. And Z loved it too. Z said, those are perfect colors. So there's that one with a floppity bunny. And then here's one that is, I should be shot for not knowing my Disney characters. This is Donald Duck's girlfriend. I don't see her name. And like I said, I should really know these things. But anyway, so there's Chicky. And I made one for her too. This was the first one I made. And I usually make them 10 rounds. So this one I just put the pink edge around that. And then finished it off with the Wild Carnation. And I just put her arms out. Because she was just cuter with that like a skirt. Although she's got her own skirt and her cute little shoes and stuff. So there. There you go. Z's Lovey. That's by Zelda NRJ3. We all know her and love her. And squeeze her and call her ZZ. Called her Zelda. And I made both of those from one skein of that Wild Carnation. I had this much left from the Wild Carnation. Let me get me a little sippy sip. Or more like a gulpy gulp. As long as I don't go burp, I'll be okay. I think there was like 252 yards on that Yarn Bee. Yeah, I just can't remember. I think it was like 252 yards on that Yarn Bee. I love this yarn, Prince or whatever it's called. So I got 2 of those out of there. Like I say, I make about 10 rounds on mine. Even if I put an extra color in there, I still just go with 10 rounds. I used to do like 18 inches, but that was just huge, and it was heavy, so I didn't think a baby would really need anything that heavy. So anyway, next up, while I have not had all the Crochet that I usually have, I have just been making bath cloths. So this is one of the things I'm going to do, although I have another campaign that I also will go over with you. This is just a lemon peel stitch. My favorite bath cloths. These are the things I do. I'll grab a few balls of cotton, put them in my bag for when taking Mama to doctor or therapy. I can knock almost a whole bath cloth out in the time that she's in there. This color is, and I just go until it looks square or not too big. I don't like a big, huge bath cloth. My hand's a little smaller, so if I'm using a bath cloth, I don't really like a big, huge one or really heavy. So the lemon peel is good for that because it's just a single crochet, double crochet. It's not really dense or anything. So this one is the color Quiet Dahlia in Peaches and Cream Stripey. So I think y'all probably know all the specs on this thing. It's number 4 medium, uses a 5mm crochet hook, and yes, I use an H on most all of them, just, you know, to keep something to do. So that I did that much. I had this much left. I think I have another ball of this somewhere, so I wanted to go ahead, instead of making like face scrubbies or anything, I wanted to go ahead and save it for the next one I make, and maybe I can get 3 out of the 2 different skeins. So that one is called Quiet Dahlia. This one, I don't, sandstone, that's nautical. Can't remember what color this is. I have another ball of it and I didn't bring it in here. So I just did the same with this one. I was working on it, and then I worked it up to the end of the ball, and it was like this long, and I was like, nope, rip it back, and I did a round, either a, you know, a face scrubby or a dishcloth or something. I like round dishcloths. I'd rather have round ones. So that's 100% cotton. That's also peaches and cream something, or stripey of some sort. But I really like that color. Blues and pink and kind of a, that's not a pink, that's more of a light violet. And it may show up better on the video than it does this. But this kind of a purple and a teal and a aqua, or a hot blue, I think it's called. And then this one is nautical stripes. It's a little bit larger, a little bit heavier. I think the pattern goes this way. So as you're making it, it makes the red, white, and blue up and down like that. So that's peaches and cream nautical stripes. Nautical ombre, I'm sorry. And sandstone stripes. I just wove in all my ends today, so maybe a little straggler there. Sandstone stripes, I really like that. That's a coral and a rust and a peach and off-white. And I bought a bunch of cotton at one of the yarn hops last year, and I really like to do something with that, like sets of them. I would like to do sets of these with, then also do the solids and sell them as a set of 3 or something like that. This is another one. All of these are lemon peel stitch, nothing at all. This is a cone of cotton that I got at Walmart, I think. And I made some spa sets out of these last year, and y'all probably saw that. But then this is like aqua blue and hot violet or something. I think maybe just violet, peaches and cream. Just because I knew I was going to run out before it got to any size, so I went ahead and just put a couple of stripes in there, just to kind of fill it up. And this one is colorway Fruit Bowl. Isn't that cool the way I put those around there? It's a little bit larger. Some of these are soft enough. Well, you know, this is Premier Home Cotton, and some of these are kind of stiff, but you know they soften up a lot. Fruit Bowl, I made something with those last year. I think towel toppers or something. But the Premier Home Cotton, I bought back when I was buying a bunch from the Dollar Tree, and you'd have to buy like a dozen of one color or something. Or I can't remember, but I have a lot of them. Or maybe you had to buy 6 at a time. Fruit Bowl, and these are 105 yards, 85% cotton, 15% polyester, 60 grams, number 4 medium. And it requires, or it recommends an I9, but I use an H on all of them. So this is the way I try to keep my skeins together, so I can show you what those are. Oh my gosh, I'm running up on 30 minutes already. Well, I thought I didn't have anything done, right? This is Crafter's Secret Cotton, and the color Potpourri Print. I love this. This would be good for baby shower gifts. Potpourri Print. I mean, it just has every color in it. I hope you can see it. I hope it's showing up in there. And it's kind of soft. Like I say, most of it could be better if it had been washed, but I'm not going to wash them before they go. 100% cotton, number 4. How much is in this one? 95 yards. And I think I had like 2 or 3 yards left of it. So that's pretty. It's softish. So anyway, what I'm going to do with these, all of these bath cloths, I'm either going to take them and donate them. Okay, so my sister helps with disaster relief with the storms, tornadoes and stuff. She went to Kentucky last year in several places, and then she sets up in the churches. She takes her bed with her and her clothes and her boots and everything, and she helps with tornado and storm cleanup in the different areas. So what I'm going to do is I have two different things I want to do, and I think she goes through Samaritan's Purse, I believe is the organization that she goes through in order, or signs up with in order to volunteer her time to do that. So my plan is to just keep making bath cloths and keep making bath cloths, and maybe pair them with a bar soap and donate them to the churches, not just the storm victims or wherever it's needed, but the workers also need things because maybe they left home without getting their soap and their own bath cloth. And then, so this would be a nice little homemade item that might mean a little something to them, but also it would serve a purpose in order to help them. Plus, some of these storm victims have lost everything they own. Their houses were just wiped off the ground, and so they could use things like bath cloths and soap and different bath goods and everything, personal hygiene items, things like that. So that is my plan to do that. I'm just going to keep making bath cloths until I get my Crojo back. They're a good productive thing. And like I say, I can make one in about an hour, I guess. I can almost finish one as long as the phone doesn't ring and I don't have other calendars to fill and all this stuff during Mama's therapy session. So, and then I can do about a half of one after I eat my lunch in my truck, at work. So I'm going to try to do that and donate to, right now my cause is in Amory, Mississippi. In addition to this, I am taking donations. Anybody that might want to donate a bag of dog food or pet food, cat food, any kind of food. They lost, I believe, the animal shelter and the Humane Society there. So what I have been trying to do is go around to the different pet stores here in Birmingham and try to get donations of dog food. And when I get a truckload, I'm going to take it over there. Now, if they're having, maybe not just Amory, Mississippi, well, if they have all they need, then I'm going to move on over here into Alabama and I'm going to find a group here. But y'all know I'm that crazy dog lady. I'm going to make sure those fur babies are fed. So if you feel on your heart that you would like to help with that cause, with the pet food thing and the animal shelter thing, if you want to either donate a bag of food of some sort or donate to my PayPal, and once I buy the food and start taking it to the shelters, I'll make receipts. I'll make copies of receipts, all that good stuff, and show you. If you feel, that you would like to help with that. I may make a couple of trips on my off days because Amory, Mississippi is only about 2 hours from my home, maybe 2.5 hours. Since they've opened Highway 22, it's a quick shot up to Mississippi, over to Mississippi now. So that is one cause I'm working on, in addition to the bath cloths and whatever. But then again, the bath cloths may also go along with, I will link my PayPal below if you want to help with that, then feel free to do that. Let's see, what else have I got? The bath cloths, I told you about that one. We've been just getting by with the few donations or help we had with Mama's therapy and stuff. It ran out a while back, but it did help as long as we had it. And thank you so much for those who did help with that. The other thing that I am planning to do is I was watching a video with Crochet. Let me get my glasses on. Now I'm just worried about running this video so long. But y'all know me, can't keep me from talking. I was watching a video with Crochet with Tiffany Hansen, and she is doing an April soap sack campaign from this group that is called SACK, S-A-C-K, which is oh my gosh, really? Saving a community with kindness, or showering a community with kindness. I did buy the bag last year. I did donate a lot of soap sacks to that, and I will link. I had a community tab up that linked her video. So what she's trying to do is make, I think she said 5,000 soap sacks between the organization and her and whoever wants to join, and send to the organization SACK. I will link that below. Like I said, a soap sack and a bar of soap. Now, if you donate, if you make a soap sack and want to send it straight to this organization in New Jersey, then you feel free to do that. They don't want you to send any bars of soap to there, just soap sacks, because they have plenty of soap. But if you choose to donate in your own community, then it would be nice to make a soap sack, put a bar of soap with it, donate it to some of the homeless shelters. If your area has been struck with storms and everything, such as so many have across the nation here lately, you know, I'm sure it would be greatly appreciated if you made a soap sack, put a bar of soap with it, maybe some other bath supply, and give it to a local place of need. I did see Samaritan's Purse listed on that. You can go on the website and find places to donate these things, or I'm sure if you know your local community, you can reach out to your homeless shelters and your soup kitchens, things like that, Salvation Army, Red Cross, places like that, and see where the need is. So if you'd rather do locally to save the shipping or whatever, then please do that. I think Tiffany is keeping some kind of tab on how many people watch and actually send soap sacks, and she has some type of form on her page. So I will link her video below in the description box if you are interested in doing that. I'm just trying to come up with all these causes. I've lost my Crojo, and usually doing for others brings that back and brings my good feeling back overall. I've just had some things of my own going on here lately, and some struggles of my own, and you know, could use some prayers for Mama, for me, for the whole situation here. Anyway, in hopes that we can just keep going day to day, and praying for our own strength and guidance as we have things going on this side of the camera. But it's all gonna be okay. All the prayers are felt. I know I've thrown a lot at you today, and the pet food cause, again, if you feel like you would like to help with that, once I get a certain amount, I don't know, maybe $150 or $200 total. I do have a few donations already through my Facebook page, people I went to school with, family members such as that. I think once I get about $150 or $200, I will go buy a load of dog food and see how much that fills the Jeep. I don't have a trailer or anything, but I think that would buy a good bit of dog pet food. I'm not going to say just dogs, but I'm the dog lady. So any kind of pets, cats, dogs, bunnies, you know, I will check the need before I go over there and see where the most need is, because some of these shelters just got wiped away. So there are total shelters of animals and the Humane Society that have been displaced, and whatever they could round up and still feed, and people that have lost their homes that can't care for their own animals anymore, you know, they're still needing some help. So like I say, if you feel it in your heart, if you're the crazy animal lady like me, you're going to want to do something. I will link my PayPal below, and just list on there what if you have preference if you'd rather me send dog food or cat food, bunny food, snake food, you know, whatever. Whatever you feel. If you have a preference, then please list that, and I will make sure that that is what I buy with what you send. I promise. And I guess that's going to be it for today. Oh, I did have a couple of... These are the only acquisitions I really had. And I could not pass up $3.99 cones of cotton. Because I'm always making these. I forgot about my acquisitions and all that other stuff I was talking about. This is... This color is, of course, it's 100% cotton. Each of these cones is like 668 yards. H 5mm hook, recommended for medium. And they're usually $14.99, and they were on clearance for $3.99. I got ecru, because I do more with like an off color. 2 ecru, and 1 white, just white. So yeah, $3.99 for that much cotton. Yeah. And then this I will definitely blend with other things. Excuse me, to make bags or more cloths, and wherever you can just never have too much cotton. I'm just always making something with cotton. So anyway, really long video again. I'm sorry, but I know some of you love the long videos. I have been watching, oh, let me tell you, I have been watching this. I finished watching all of the, oh no, Sam and Dean. Oh no. Supernatural. I watched all of those, got all of those, and just cried my eyes out when it finished. But I love the ending, and if you haven't seen it, then you know, sort of love the ending, except that it ended. And then I am now watching something called The Originals on Netflix. I am into season 3, and they only have 5 seasons, so that's going to bother me also. But I guess they'll keep going. So what are y'all watching? Let me know what you're making for Easter. If you're going to visit with family, go to church, do nothing, work, wait on the Easter Bunny, tink, 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 and whatever else you got going on in your life, feel free to share it with me. Watch all my puppy videos, all my shorts. I've got all those stinking puppies. I still have all 3 of those puppies left. If anybody needs a home, if they need a home, anybody wants a puppy. And they're huge, 5 months old, and they're bigger than their mama dog. And I will see you next time. Hopefully not so long this time, and hopefully I'll get my Crochet back so I'll have a little more interesting things. Everything will be linked below. Love y'all. Stay safe in the storms. We have some more coming through this weekend, and I hope everybody is doing well. Love y'all. See y'all soon. Love you. Bye.